matchup. So it'll be really exciting to see another really fast, strong Marth. See what Squid's answers to some of those quick movements are. Obviously, this matchup comes down a lot to lasers. How does Squid choose to laser? When does he choose to laser? What's his option after the laser? How's Zain responding to the laser? Are we going to see Zain do more power shield shenanigans? Is he going to look to just move really quickly out of the lasers? That's going to be something to watch very early on. So far, we've seen Zain opt for both Eat Laser dash and Shield Laser Wave Dash out. Both of those options he's using like very quickly, probably close to frame perfect, and that makes it really hard for Squid to find true openings off of his lasers. Instead, you have to laser and then read the next thing they're going to do in order to get a real hit off. Zain's definitely going to choose a lot of options, a lot of different options out of laser. There you saw he did the shield wave dash back again. But some of the times he's going to choose to Eat Laser, throw out an aerial. Eat Laser, throw out an F smash is a really scary one to deal with if he's reading that you're going in, but also punishable. He can also shield and then like short hop fair or nair, and those can be really tricky to deal with. There he chose to go with the power shield. So you can see Zain's really mixing it up, using all of his options available, and Squid's having to react to each one individually. Squid was able to take the first stock, but with a nice little combo ending in a reverse up B tipper, Zain's able to bring it back to nearly even. Squid choosing to shoot a couple lasers in a row, see what Zain's options are, try to find that timing where he feels safe to go in. So Squid gets caught by one of the things that I find super frustrating in this matchup, which is you go for your laser grab, which is like super powerful, but because Marth has such a long grab and it's so fast, he's able to, it's the same speed as everyone, but because he has such a long grab, he's able to just grab right after the laser, and if you have to dash forward at all to get the Falco grab to connect, then he can just beat your grab, so that can be kind of tricky to deal with. But you won't see Squid shy away from the option to grab, because he can get really big punishes off grab. Here he does a shine grab, and you can see he gets that double jump dare and into a tech chase situation. Zain's able to get out of it this time, but I'm sure Squid will go back to that in the future. Squid does a shield and then I guess approaching short hop bear, and he catches Zain with the soft hit at the end, knocking him off stage, but Zain's able to make it back and has Squid in a Marth situation. Squid finds a down smash, but Zain with a really high recovery. I thought that was a really interesting option. A lot of times Falcos in that situation are going to want to do exactly that, which is roll on stage so that they take up the ledge for as long as possible. But when you up you really high like that, the Falco doesn't have any time to punish you at all, because he's rolling the whole time, and so then you grab the ledge when it becomes available. So Squid's going to have to watch out for that option. Zain power shield wave dash forward F smash, able to take a early stock. That was really sick. Very clean movement. Zain appears to be looking for power shields, but not getting befuddled when he misses them. He shields and then very quickly wave dashes back. If he gets the power shield, great. And if not, he's not in that bad a position. Squid gets kind of caught, but he's able to make it back with a really sick angle, and maybe a little bit of luck on how he bounced off the stage there. Squid goes for the slide off bear, but Zain goes a little lower than Squid can reach and is able to make it back. Zain goes way out with a fair, and it looks like he's got Squid's number, but Squid does a really quick side B and actually gets back to stage before Zain's up B can get there, able to steal the ledge and take the first game. So it is a best of 5. Presumably we're going to see stages like FD from Zain. I'm not sure if he's the type of Marth that likes those up throw combos, but that's obviously a very strong stage for Marth. And yeah, that's exactly where we're going to be going. Squid, by winning the first game, he kind of gets a little bit of an advantage in the counter pick war, because he can go for Dreamland, and it's very much a good stage for Falco in that matchup. But it's that kind of last stage that's a little bit tricky. It's not really well defined what stages are good and bad for Marth and Falco, to a lot of people at least. It's definitely contentious. Some people think Pokemon Stadium's like a big question. You know, is it good for Falco? Is it good for Marth? It's kind of hard to say. Once upon a time, it was believed that it was very bad for Marth. Now it's a little bit more in question. Of course, you've also got Yoshi's story, where Falco can kill really early, but Marth can also do a lot of tipper shenanigans with those side platforms, and his combos are really scary off the top platform. And then, of course, you've got FOD, which sometimes is kind of like FD when the platforms go away and you can get these really sick combos. By the way, while I'm talking about stages, Zain is going absolutely ham and completely destroying Squid in this game, too. Oh my god, that's the third stock on. Zain's only taken 33% damage. Squid looking like he's trying to find an answer. Let's see what he's got. Squid stays under Zain as he comes down and looks for that crouch cancel shine, but unfortunately Zain's fair pushes, he catches the tipper and he pushes Falco far enough away that the shine doesn't connect, and then Zain gets an edge guard situation and a quick bear, and that's a 4-stock on FD. Whew, that was really, really impressive stuff by Zain. Obviously that combo game is very much practiced and very clean. Squid quickly goes to Dreamland, probably the best stage for him in this matchup, almost undoubtedly. Let's see if he can recover from that last game. Squid putting some work in early, gets a good 75% before Zain's able to answer back. Let's see if he can close out this stock without taking much damage. I always like to say that you need like 2 openings in this matchup in order to really be ahead, because you need the first opening to kind of get ahead, but then because the combo game is so strong on either side, you can just die in one hit. So you need that second opening in order to really solidify your lead and force them to have to answer back. Squid's able to take the first stock pretty cleanly, catches a little bit of a combo at the second stock, but at the start of the second stock, but so far he's still in there. One of the things that you have to really think about on Dreamland is the whole Marthitis issue, where Marth sort of finds it hard to get kills once he gets his opponent up to high percents. You got to go for some like raw hits that you don't really like to go for up until it's like very, very high. This time he's able to find a nair and get the kill at 160, but what you'll see is Zain is going to try to get those kills like earlier on in that like 80 to 120 range, or even, you know, gimps earlier. If he gets caught, like, if he gets Falco up to those high percents without getting the kill multiple times, he puts himself in a bit of a disadvantage. So we'll see if he can get kills earlier. Or if he could just keep comboing Squid forever and it not matter that he goes to 160 before getting a kill. Ooh, nice up B out of shield in order to take that second stock. Squid went for the early dare to try to catch whatever option Zain was going to pick, but instead Zain just holds shield and punishes out of it. Zain's throw combos, you know, the chain grabs, very strong, obviously. I don't think you can be a top 100 Marth without having those, so not really a surprise there, but definitely working in his favor right now. Squid finds a back air catching Marth jumping, but he's not able to close out the stock again. That's the second time where he's been forced to give up the ledge by Zain swinging as he goes past it, and not able to get back before Zain up-beats to that ledge. Squid's able to find the stock, and now it's 2 stocks to 2. Squid's going to need a big combo in order to really even things back up. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, Zain finds the fair to dare spike, and the tipper dare is going to take that next stock again. Squid down a full stock here. He's going to need a big combo that he ends in a kill, and then he's going to need to find a way to win that last stock situation as well. Zain's going for these like jab blocks really frequently. I'm wondering what it is he's seeing in Squid's play that's making him think that's the way to go. But he's already gotten like 40-50% off that stuff, so it's pretty rough. That was so cool. He went for a side B to turn around to cover the ledge, but to also hold him in place so that he can go for a quick move after and still has his jump. So really clever edge guarding option there by Zain. Not something I've seen before. Zain loses the stock, and Squid's able to make it back. Of course, he's at 172, so basically anything's going to kill him here. He's got to play super safe and somehow find the openings to get a kill. Zain gets the down throw. Is that just it right there? Ooh, great angle by Squid in order to dodge the fair on stage by Zain. Zain looks like he doesn't want to take any risks here. He's playing it safe. He's just going to work his way for a clean hit, not go for anything risky. I wonder if Squid can take advantage of that safe play and steal the game away from Zain. Ooh, Squid goes for a dare off the ledge, but Zain's able to get around it. With a wave dash back F smash, Zain is able to close out that game. Probably a lot closer than Zain was hoping to have that go after he got that big lead, but he's able to close out the game, so that's all that really matters. Squid probably going to want to go straight back, and yeah, he does. Squid's going to have to tie this up and then win on Zain's first counter pick. I don't think there's, or second counter pick, I guess, because he already lost an FD. I don't think there's any other stage that's like really skewing for Marth, but still kind of tricky. So let's see what Squid can do here. Ooh, Squid goes for a Shine, Waveland Shine. I really like that option, especially when you do that like long Waveland across them, through them, because it makes them feel like the pressure's over, but it really isn't. Squid recovers high and is able to get around Zain's fair. He gets hit, but it's the soft hit that pushes him back on stage, so Squid's still in. Squid power shield, or sorry, Zain power shield wave dash forward F smashes. That's the second time we've seen that in this set, and it's able to net him a stock once again. Squid's gonna have to find an answer for that. One of the things I do like about Zain's play is that he's using all of his options sparingly. He's not really spamming any one option against Squid's lasers, and I think that's what's making it hard for Squid to stay on his toes. That time Squid's able to find Zain playing a little too close to the ledge during his recovery, and Squid's able to catch him with an invincible bear off the ledge. Zain gets a grab in the center stage, and that's going to be pretty tricky for Squid to get around. But Squid's able to get out, only eating 90%. Let's see if Squid can turn it around with a big combo. Zain, I guess, looking for some sort of mix-up there. He goes for the up throw, but then doesn't really choose an option off it. A lot of times, good players will look to let their opponent hang themselves, and that's a theory that I really am interested in and think is a really good idea. Is like sometimes just don't do anything and see if your opponent picks a panic option. I think that's what Zain was looking to do there, but Squid kept his cool and was able to get out of that combo. You can see things are really even right now. Both players at high percent of their third stock. But Zain again finds that Randy F smash and is able to take the stock first. Squid gets a nice jab nair, putting Zain way off stage, but he's not able to close off that edge guard. I feel like Squid's had a bit of trouble edge guarding Zain throughout this set, and that he could have taken quite a few stocks a bit earlier if he was able to edge guard a little bit more cleanly. That time Squid waits for the get-up attack on the platform and then catches Zain with a bear. He's able to take the stock with that. Once again, Squid goes for the laser grab, but Zain just grabs because Squid's a little too far away, and his grab beats it out, since Squid had to dash forward first. Squid gets under Zain with a shine, but he's not able to capitalize too heavily off of that. Zain finds an up air, and then he gets a reverse up B tipper, and that's going to take the next stock. Squid down to his tournament stock. Can he find a way to not only take this stock, but the next one before he loses too much? Squid finds the dare into shine. Ooh, he goes for another dare, but he goes just a little too far, even though he read the tech properly, letting Zain off the hook. If Squid can get this stock without taking too much percent, I think he's got a shot here. Unfortunately, he's not able to get the reverse bear there, sends Zain the other way, and again, Zain's able to make that recovery happen. Squid looking for a back air, but lets go to the edge just a little too soon, trying to keep his invincibility during the bear. It's not going to cut it. Squid catches a back air after shielding Zain's approach, and that's going to do it. Squid's at 50%. This is definitely still doable. Let's see if he can find a way to steal this game away. Squid going for some classic shield pressure. He gets a couple West Ball shines, and he's able to get an opening, but he doesn't get too much punish off of it, and then Zain goes on a quick combo. Ooh, Zain goes for the power shield F smash again, trying to close out the set. This time the power shield just misses, and Zain's not able to kill him. Oh, Zain goes for the double jab to try to catch both of the full side B and the shorten. The first jab catches the full side B, and the second one catches the shorten. Either way, you do the two jabs, and then you get a free punish off of it. Unfortunately, Squid does fall for that this time around, and Zain's able to take the set 3-1. Congratulations to Zain coming out here and getting first place, and then congratulations to Squid for second. And finally, third place, Kami. Good stuff to him as well. And Shmoofy in fourth, giving Falco a good run for his money as well. So